Hey everyone, let's see how to make the ruby twist headband. I'm going to do Tunisian crochet, for which I'm starting with chain 8, and because it's just a few number of chains, I'm using the same regular crochet hook, not a Tunisian hook, to make this headband. So chain 8 and go into the second chain, insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Continue till you reach the end. So you can see that I can comfortably place all the loops on this crochet hook, so I don't need a Tunisian crochet hook. So go ahead, collect all the loops. Now for the first loop, yarn over, pull through 1. That will be our edge stitch. Now yarn over, pull through 2 and repeat it till you take off all the loops that you have pulled up in the forward pass. Now we are going to do a Tunisian knit stitch, which means we are going to insert between the vertical bars and from front to back, yarn over, pull up a loop. So front to back, yarn over, pull up a loop. You will not take the vertical bar like we do for Tunisian simple stitch. You will not do this. Instead, you will go front to back like so. Yarn over, pull up a loop. So do Tunisian knit stitch in every stitch that you have made. And when it comes to the last stitch, you will take 2 loops to form a nice edge on the other side. Now yarn over, pull through 1 and yarn over, pull through 2 for all other loops till you have 1 loop remaining on the hook. This starting loop, the loop which is on the hook, is counted as the first stitch. So you will continue to do this for the desired length. In this case, I'm going to make an 18-inch long headband, which I'm going to seam then. So I'm going to do the section 1 to be 6 inches long. I've divided each section into 1/3 the total length. Therefore, I'm going to do this section 6 inches long. So you see, we get a nice pliable fabric, which is very nice. And I'm going to continue in the same fashion till I get 6 inches. So there I have it, 6 inches. And for my gauge, I got 14 rows to measure 6 inches. So now comes the section 2, where I'm going to make 2 strips so that I can crisscross them and make a nice twist in my headband. So for this, I'm going to take only first 4 stitches, the first loop which is already on the hook, and then 3 stitches. I do not do the remaining stitches. I do not work on the remaining stitches. Pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, till I have 1 loop on the hook. So continue with TKS, Tunisian knit stitch, and the edge stitch for the 4th one. So now you make yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, repeat. So this strip also, the strip 1, should also measure 6 inches. Now if you want a longer headband, then you will be doing more number of rows. If you want a shorter headband, you'll do fewer. So continue in this manner till you get 6 inches for the strip. Yeah, my cats are acting a little weird. Sorry for that. I hope you can still hear me. So I'm going to continue for 6 inches. from the point where I started making 6 inches. So row 15 onwards. Now fasten off this yarn, and in my case I was too lazy to get the scissors, so I used the other end of the ball to start the next section, next strip. So here I'm going to join in the first stitch which was left over after row 14. So the left side of the Tunisian strip. So this one also I'll be doing Tunisian knit stitch, one in each, 4 stitches. So 3 Tunisian knit stitch and 1 edge stitch. Now this edge stitch is used because it gives a nice edge when you finish. So I have 4 stitches, yarn over, pull 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 till you have 1 loop on the hook. So this strip 2 should also measure 6 inches. So there you have it. Strip 1 is 6 inches, strip 2 is also 6. Now I cross over. Strip 1 goes to the left side and strip 2 comes to the right side. So now here I have crossed it left side going under, but you can cross it either way. But since I'm going to be continuing to work by joining these 2 strips, I found it easier if my working yarn is on the right side because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, your instructions will be reversed. So now I continue and pick up 4 loops from the second strip which I just finished. When I finish the 4th loop, I go over to the first strip, that loop which was left hanging. I insert my hook into that. So if you have fastened off, do not make a knot there. Just leave the loop alive. So continue to make the other 4 stitches with the edge stitch in the last. So there you have it. I've joined strip 2. I started with strip 2 and picked up strip 1 to make the cross. So do the return pass like you would normal. Yarn over, pull through 1 for the first stitch and then yarn over, pull through 2 for subsequent stitches till you're left with 1 loop on the hook. So from this point onwards, I'll again have to make the same number of rows to get 6 inches. So this would be another 14 rows which will get me the required length. Continue to do Tunisian knit stitch. Insert hook front to back between the vertical bars. If you have not done Tunisian before, I would highly recommend it. It's very easy and you would really love the look of the fabric. If you need to hold more stitches, then you would need to have a longer hook, or you can have a hook with a cable. So here after 2 rows, I've just placing it down to show you that I'm going to continue this for another 6 inches. So let me take the tape and from that point onwards measure 6 inches. From this point where you join these two, another 6 inches. So totally 3 sections should give me 18 inches. So now I've finished it, but I do not fasten off because I'm going to use the yarn tail to join. Now, if I join with right sides facing, it gives me a bulky seam. So I'm going to join with wrong side facing. The wrong side is facing me and the right side is inside. So I I'm having the working yarn on the back. So I'm going to pull it through. So I insert into the foundation chain and slip stitch. So again, a foundation chain and go to the corresponding stitch of the last row that you made, slip stitch together. So continue this, so all the chains and the last row stitches are seamed. Normally for a Tunisian crochet you would bind off, but in this case, because I'm seaming it, I did not bind off the last row. And I also noticed that if you bind off and then seam, that again gives a bulky seam. So to avoid that, I use the line stitches of the last row with the chain stitch of the foundation row to slip stitch and join these two together. So it's been joined and now I can fasten off. So all loose ends do weave in and make sure that they stay hidden. I would not recommend snipping too close to the work. Leave at least 4 to 6 inches of yarn tail, which you can then weave in back and forth so that it stays hidden and stays put even when you have to wash it. So there you have it, the ruby twist headband. And can you see the seam now? It's not half as bulky as if it would be if you had to seam it the other way. So have the right side facing each other, wrong side facing towards you, and slip stitch, seam the first row and the last row. I hope you like making this, and this starts you on a journey towards making more Tunisian projects. Drop a comment or like, share and subscribe.